Hi, it's Mr. Smith, and in this video, I'm going to give you a video tour of eCampus, which is using the Brightspace platform, or what they call D2L. But we normally just call it eCampus, and when you're on, excuse me, Dallas College's homepage, you go into eCampus. That's how we get there, or at least that's how most people do it, or a lot of people do it. So anyway, let's go back here, and I want to just kind of show you around eCampus. So this should be helpful for students that are new or just not real comfortable with eCampus. So first of all, you have your Help button. Notice here's where all my courses are. So eConnect, that's a link to go to eConnect. For example, I go there for my rosters. For students, I'm sure it's a little bit different. Student resources and services, I would encourage you to click there and see what links are available. We have so much support for our students, so just want to be aware of that and be willing to take advantage of it. I mean, that's what it's there for. If you need to get a hold of the Dallas College Police, there's a link there. Tutorials for online tools. You may want to check that out. Learning support. This is for our library, which we also call the Learning Commons. Tutoring services, academic testing. You'll be taking your tests in the Academic Testing Center. I should say for my face-to-face classes, I do that, but only like for my DMAT 307 or 305, you don't have to worry about that because we'll take the tests in class. This talks about the Include Ed program, which basically means your book, those kinds of materials are provided with your tuition that's paid. And Ready for Day One, that's some things that were put together to help students to get ready for the first day of school. If you've never checked that out, you may want to check that out. Success coaching and counseling, so you can get access to the success coaches, accessibility services, career services. Maybe you're not sure what you want to do as far as a career is concerned. You probably want to go here and have to talk with someone. And there's counseling for people that would like some counseling. For basic needs, we do a lot to support our students who have needs, whether it's food pantry, transportation, child care assistance. You can see everything that's here. The calendar, you can check that out. I don't know if that's helpful here or not. Apps. So here's another connection to eConnect. Handshake, I believe, is for students that are interested in getting a job through the college. And I think there's a board, and I think some of them might be for jobs on campus, but I think there's also access to jobs off campus. I'd be really curious if anybody uses that and it's worthwhile. I'd like to know about it. Or if it's not worthwhile, that'd be good to know too. Everybody has access to the Microsoft Office programs, so you can click there to check that out. Navigate, that's where you can go and you can make appointments to see your success coach. And then there's a few other links here you might want to check out. Class progress, I don't know if that's being utilized or not. On more. If towards the end of the semester, you'll be asked to evaluate your courses, so that's where you can do that. I think there may be other places you can go. I'm not sure about that. Like you might get an email and you can do it that way. Media Hub, if you want to make videos, I think students can do that using Media Hub. And then here's a link to tech support. All right, so now we're ready to go into our course. So here we're going into a college algebra course, but for all my classes, getting around in eCampus will be very similar. So don't worry if you're not in college algebra. So once you come into the course, this is my college algebra course. Let's go back to the top here, the blue ribbon. So you'll notice, first of all, here's my announcement, and this is where the announcements will be. And then here's links, the Start Here link, the syllabus link, lessons, assignments, and then this is My Lab Math. That's the link to go do homework. And so basically for all my courses, I'm going to want you to read the announcement. It tells you everything you need to know to get started and to be doing homework. And if you have any problems with that, please see me or send me an email, because it's so important that you get off to a good start. I don't want there to be any issues with that. Anyway, let's go up here and then we'll come down to these. What I was going to say though is if you click on content, it gives you a different way to navigate this home page. So you can click on, these are the links to the same places as those others were. Now if you like that other format, you can click here and it takes you to that. So I prefer this, but it doesn't matter either one. I use both. Announcements, that'll take you to the announcements, but you can see they're right here as well. It just has a different look, I believe. Yeah, it's purely the announcements. So let's go back here. Activities. I don't think we'll use anything in here. Grades, after our first test, I'll put grades in here and you'll click here and you can see what your grade is. Here's a link to the syllabus, only the syllabus. And but if you go down here, and we'll go in here and you'll see that there's more under this syllabus link than there is on this one. Learning materials, you can check that out. Class progress, again, I'm not so sure that one's being utilized. Attendance, we don't really use that one. So let's go ahead and go, once you read the announcements, it's going to tell you, hey, go to Start Here. And then the first link, instructions for getting started, tells you to read the introductory announcement if you haven't already. Read the syllabus, which the announcement tells you to do. Confirm your email address and be sure to use your student email in all school communications. So you can click here and get more information about student email. This has been a real problem for several semesters. I always have a handful of students that don't want to use their school email. They're not monitoring it. So I send out a message and say, hey, I'm going to be sick, or I'm sick and I won't be in class tomorrow. You're not going to see that email if you're not checking your school email. I highly recommend that you get it linked to one account on your phone. That's what I do. I have my personal email, my school email. They all come to the same place on my phone and my Outlook account. And so I know as soon as I get an email from students, and so it just makes things quite convenient. The last thing it'll tell you to do is go to the lessons and assignments link, and that's where I'll have two videos, and obviously this is one of them, the video tour of eCampus. The other one is of My Lab Math. And then finally, here's an email address if you have any questions, my email address. All right, so let me click back here on Start Here. So notice how I'm navigating here. And let's go into instructor information. So you can see my name is here, my email address, and my phone number. If you want to have a conversation, give me a call. If you just want to get a hold of me about something, you can shoot me an email. Office hours are Monday through Thursday, 8:15 to 9:15 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, 12:30 to 1 p.m. or by appointment. And normally I'll get back to you within 24 hours. This is the same information that was on the syllabus, but it's always at your fingertips by going to our homepage. Let's go back to Start Here. So there's certain technology requirements in order to be a college student and deal with things like My Lab Math. So you can click here and see what kind of technology you need to have. Tips for success. If you're interested, you can check there, and there's some strategies for helping students to be successful. So that's everything under the Start Here tab. Notice I'm in this other format. So I can get around using these, but I'm gonna go back here. Again, I can click here. And once you've done Start Here, it tells you to go on, and we've already done syllabus, but actually I haven't shown you that. So let me, again, when you read the announcement, the first thing it'll tell you to do is to go to the syllabus. And so here you can click and see your syllabus. Now this is going to be different than what you're used to if you've been at Brookhaven or at Dallas College in previous semesters. Our syllabi are now put into a program called Concourse, and you can access it here. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of that. But anyway, there's our syllabus. So you can just look through this and read it, but I also did a syllabus video. So if you don't want to read, you could watch the video. I think I made the comment that you can also access the syllabus here, but just remember the syllabus link gives you a little bit more. So I haven't put in the link to my syllabus video, but that'll be right here. And then some of you might be new to the college and you're like, what the heck's a syllabus? It's basically like a contract that tells you what to expect for your course and how grading is done and that kind of stuff. All right, so the last thing that the Start Here link told you to do is go on to Lessons and Assignments. Notice it says to access the MyLab Math assignments, go to the home page. That's where we started. And select the MyLab Math link. Click on any link there and follow the on-screen instructions. And this is where you found this video, and there's also one for MyLab Math that will be here. I do want to mention, just for my college algebra students that are taking the standalone course, it's just one course. This is where you can find the link to my materials to review solving equations and factoring. If you know those are areas of weakness there, there's practice problems, and there's also videos showing you how to do each type of problem. All right, so the last thing you would do is, and this is what you're going to be doing the most when you come to when you come to eCampus, is to go do assignments in MyLab Math. So you can click here to get into there, or again, remember we can go to the other format and we can click, here. Either way, doesn't matter. And so that's how and then you'll go into assignments. In the MyLab Math video, I'll go through everything else and give you a lot more details about MyLab Math. All right, so that's it for your eCampus tour. I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, let me know.